This is Texans TV.
Work on three. 1, 2, 3. Work.
It's always great to see football players back at NRG Stadium. And it's always great to have you checking us out here on Texans 360. I'm Drew Doherty outside NRG Stadium, and we're so happy that you're with us because we've got a fun show. We've got a telestrator, we've got Tavierre, we've got the food bank, and much, much more. But back to what happened this week. Basically, the 2023 season started. Now, I know we got a long way until games begin, but the players are back, and soon they'll be on the field. Phase 1 of off-season conditioning went down on Tuesday, and DeMeco Ryans, the new head coach, met with the media as well.
First day of off-season started, and it was encouraging. Great participation from a lot of our guys, and for me, the message to our guys is really just, how are we showing up, right? Showing up on purpose, being detailed, oriented in how we work, and just continue to have a growth mindset in everything we do, right? Our guys understand that we want to be the best. We have to continue to strive to be better each day in everything that we do. So we're excited as coaches. We're excited to have the opportunity to meet with our guys for the first time, have the opportunity to, in a couple weeks, to actually go on the field with our guys and work with them. So it's an exciting time. We feel the energy, the excitement from around the city, from our players, our entire building. We're all fired up. We're excited to get going. How we organize the off-season, it starts first and foremost just one-on-one meetings with our players and our coaches, just to establish a relationship with our coaches and players. And we just want our players to understand that we're here for them, and we want the best for our players, and we're here to help them be better. And that's where the off-season starts. And we'll continue to be player-focused, and it's individualized for each player. How can we help them get better? And that's where our focus will be this off-season. This entire process has been great. First coming in, being named head coach, awesome. But I know right after that was over, right, it's time to get to work. And we had a lot of work to do. And when it comes to adding free agents to our team, and also just the draft process, evaluating all the prospects within the draft, it's a lot of work, and it's great having a lot of really good people to help you out with the work. So working with Nick it's been great. Working with our coaches, right, that's been outstanding. Everybody having their input. Everybody's input has been valuable to me, right, to make sure that we're having a thorough process in everything that we're doing. So it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun work when you're doing it with really good people. With any position, I think the qualities I'm looking for is guys who are dedicated to work, guys who are dedicated to be the best at what they're doing. Right? And I feel like you get guys with that mindset that they're coachable, they're accountable to their teammates. Right? You get guys with the right mindset, guys who want to be better, no matter what the position is, it doesn't matter. Quarterback, linebacker, D lineman. We want guys who are willing to be coachable, guys who are willing to work, guys who want to be the best at what they're doing. We're expecting them to come in, be a great teammate, work hard, right? Be deliberate in what you're doing, and have a mindset to get better each and every day. That's the mindset. No matter if it's pick 2 or the last pick of the draft, it really doesn't matter when you get picked, right? Leaders, those guys will grow based on our team, and each team is different. Like we have leaders in our locker room already, so I'm not asking a guy to come in and be this savior for our team, asking a guy to come in and just put his head down and just work. The connection is very important from a coaching staff and player. Like, just understanding that we're all on the same page and we're all striving for the same goal. We're all here to make the Houston Texans organization a winner. And we only do that if we're connected and we're together. So it's a very important part of the process for me to make sure that the players understand that I'm genuinely here and I have their best interests at heart.
Excited to be back. Start the season off right. OTAs. Let's get it.
Football is here. Let's get it.
This is an outstanding organization, outstanding job. I love the excitement, being around the city, just everybody's stopping, fans are excited, they want to take pictures, they want autographs. It's an exciting time, and I don't feel any pressure, all right, because I know I'm surrounding myself with the right people, and I know we can get the job done, all right, and I know Houston is hungry for a winner. Trust me, I'm just as hungry, you know, to create a winner here for this organization, for this city. You know, it means a lot to me. And I want to be able to bring that to Houston. So it's no pressure. It's just, it reminds me, just continue to put your head down and go to work with the right purpose, right? And to be detailed and just to make sure we're adding really great players to our team. So when we line up on that field on Sundays, like, I want to just put a team out there that our city is proud of.
Texans 360 rolling on outside NRG Stadium. Drew Doherty. And you know, Tavierre Thomas for the last 2 seasons has been a very important member of the team and member of the secondary. The defensive back was even the Ed Block Courage Award winner in 2022. He's back for a 3rd season in Houston, and he's pumped about what's to come. You know, on the football field, I know you've been working out with a lot of the guys. You guys have been around the building. It gets official on Tuesday with off-season conditioning. But what have you specifically worked on this off-season football-wise?
Really just getting conditioned. Once you're in condition, like you're never gonna be too in condition to get to training camp or whatnot. But if you just in tip-top shape, everything else you should be able to handle while being in the NFL. So I'm just trying to stay in tip-top shape, keep my body healthy. And I'm ready for Tuesday to come. I'm ready to get around my teammates and all my coaches. Yeah,
I bet you are. Is that tough, or is it easier considering you were out in September and out in October? Do you feel like your old self, you know, maybe at this point, last year or 2 years ago?
Oh, yeah, I'm back. I'm 100%. I'm ready to go. The team, they believed in me and brought me back, so I'm happy that I'm back, and I'm ready to get this thing going. I'm ready to win.
I know you always had confidence, but was it even bolstered a bit more by coming back week 9, you play a little bit more the next game, and then you pretty much get 50% of the snaps the rest of the way, and you're out there starting?
Oh yeah, it was great. It was great. They got me back in slow pace, but when I did get back in, I knew I had to ball out because it was my last year on my contract, so everyone's going to be looking at that. So I try to go out and play as hard as I can and try to get wins for the team, and that's what I'm going to continue to do.
You just brought it up. How nice is it to be back here in Houston?
Oh, it's great. I ain't have to move. I ain't have to sell my home, none of that crazy stuff. So I'm happy to be back. I'm just ready to win. I just want to win.
Yeah, and with that in mind, what do you think of the new head coach, and what do you think this defense is going to be, or how will this defense be different in 2023?
I feel like he's going to let us just fly around and play football. And I feel like he's a great coach because he done been in our shoes, and he know what we need to do, what we don't need to do, because he was that same guy. So I'm looking forward to being there with him.
You're back, Dez is back, Steven Nelson, Derek Stingley, Petrie. You know, you got a piece in Jimmy Ward. This is a kind of a seasoned secondary, wouldn't you say? How much is that going to help things out, you think?
Well, it's going to help out a lot. They brought in, like what you said, Jimmy Ward, and the linebackers that they did bring in. I feel like those guys are going to get us over the hump. And if we continue to just do everything that DeMeco tells us, and if we all just play together, I'll say that. If we all just play together, play to everybody's strengths and help each other out, I feel like we're going to be one of the best secondaries in the NFL.
All right, Tavierre, last question. Best Easter candy is?
Reese's, because I'm about to get me some.
There you go. Tavierre Thomas, defensive back for the Houston Texans. Thanks so much for the time. Happy Easter, my friend.
Thank you. Happy Easter.
Always great to catch up with Tavierre Thomas. Can't wait to see what he does in 2023 in the secondary. Hey, you know, he was there at Kroger as part of an event benefiting the Houston Food Bank. It was the Huddle Against Hunger, and he was part of a scavenger hunt with kids from a local elementary. That school was part of a program across the city learning about food insecurity, which is a major problem in our town and towns across the world. Tavierre Thomas. And the kiddos, though, teaming up to fight hunger.
The purpose for them being here, Huddle Against Hunger, it's just a great way to teach our children that there are people in the world who are struggling to eat, families who are struggling to put food on the tables. And I think if we can start with our young generation, then we can teach them how to help those in need as they grow older.
Today was fantastic, so much fun. Huddle Against Hunger brings awareness to the fact that nearly 1 million people in Houston are food insecure, and this is seeding a generation to understand food insecurity, how to get help, how to eat healthy, how to help their friends.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Houston, what's up? I'm Tavierre, nice to meet y'all. Everybody call me TT though. On the field, they call me TT. Yep. So what you gotta find this? This should be easy. This should be easy. Like, it's amazing. Just like all these families that they're helping. Like, we come out with our busy days and try to help as many families as we can, but they doing a lot more. And that's a blessing. And I'm just happy I'm able to help. Teamwork.
We're gonna win, right?
No.
We're gonna win.
Y'all gonna win? We're gonna see. We're gonna meet y'all at the finish line. We're gonna be done. We're gonna meet y'all there. 1, 2, 3, go. No running. All right, where we gonna go first? Come on, down here.
It's definitely a great platform to have, the NFL standing on fighting hunger with Kroger, the largest grocer in the country. I mean, it's a great partnership, especially having, the football players here, Toro, the Texans cheer team. It just makes it that much more festive for our students. And they see, like, well, if the NFL can support something like this, and it's so important that the NFL can get behind it, then I think I should be able to do that as well. And it's definitely heartwarming to see all the children in the store shopping. I got a chance to talk to a few of the students, and they said, they love Kroger, they love shopping at Kroger. So that's always a win for us, especially with our young generation.
'22 for Dameon Pierce was outstanding, an electrifying player at running back, and now he's got some help at the position in the form of Devin Singletary. Comes to us from the Bills, comes with 800 yards last season, and our John Harris broke it all down in the telestrator to see what Singletary does really well.
It's imperative in the NFL to have guys that can carry the pigskin and know what to do with it, and probably having more in your stable than you think you need. Well, Devin Singletary is that guy. Yes, we have Dameon Pierce, and we heard all about Dameon Pierce last year as a rookie. But Devin Singletary being added to the mix gets me juiced. Yeah, he's about 5'7", he's 180 pounds, but man, he is quick as lightning. We're taking a look at a two-play sequence here against the Chicago Bears. This was the weekend that it was frigid up in Chicago, and Devin Singletary is going to show he got heated up here. Bills are going to show right here some eye candy. They're going to try and get this wide receiver here in motion. They're trying to pull eyes towards him, and they're going to run Devin on a little same side tackle wrap. So the tackle is going to pull around. Deion Dawkins is going to pull around, and Singletary is going to start here and then read that block and then make his cut depending on what happens on this block. So you're going to see the vision here. When Dawkins comes around, what that linebacker does determines what Dawkins does. If he jumps inside, he pins him. If he stays outside, he kicks him out. But Singletary has to read that block, and he does brilliantly. He knows exactly where to go off of that block, seeing it, and then he stays tight to the block right there to get upfield. Nice little 10, 12-yard pop right there for Devin Singletary. Take a look from the end zone view here, and you can see what I'm talking about. Here's Dawkins. He's going to pull around, and he's going to pin that linebacker, or he's going to kick him out, and Singletary's got to read it, and he reads it perfectly. He doesn't get caught inside where 45 can make a play. He stays outside and tight. And because he stays outside and tight, he gets north and south in a hurry. First down run, let's stay with the hot hand. Let's go to the next play right here. Now, this is going to be a stretch play. This is going to be an outside zone play, but there's going to be backside penetration immediately. That's not a player you typically as a running back are supposed to see. Singletary sees it, and then watch the cut back on this guy right here, number 91. When he gets penetration, play starts. See how he gets penetration early? Singletary's not supposed to see that, but there's nothing there. That guy's going to make that play. Watch Singletary pause and cut back on him. Look at that. Boom. Put that foot in the ground and get back on it. Now watch this shake. Whoop. He puts that corner on the ground. I mean, that's like and one. That's like and one stuff right there. Breaking ankles. Oh, look at that. He put him on the ground. This play is dead on arrival. Singletary made one dude miss, made that dude fall down, and he ends up getting a 4 or 5 yard run out of pretty much nothing. If you have ball-carrying weapons that can create out of nothing, and you put that guy with Dameon Pierce, man, it's going to get really exciting when Devin Singletary is toting the rock alongside Dameon Pierce.
We really appreciate you checking us out. And Ephraim Salaam was a really, really important player for the Texans about 15 years ago. Played left tackle for around 2 or 3 years, and he spent 13 years in total in the NFL. Now, he's writing movies and TV shows, and he's got a fantastic story. Here's a little bit of our conversation with him from earlier in the week. All right, if he's not the most fascinating former Houston Texan, he is certainly in the argument for it. It's the one, the only, Ephraim Salaam, an offensive lineman for the Houston Texans at the end of the first decade of the century, and you popped by a little bit later as well. You spent 13 years in the NFL. Ephraim, it's great to see you. How you been? What's going on?
I'm great, man. It's great to see you too, Drew.
Yes, you were just back in Houston recently, and you've got that shirt on, San Diego State. You're a proud alum. Played football for the Aztecs. You also played hoops for them, so that was extra special for you, I imagine. Coming back here, a place where you lived for a little bit, but also supporting the program that you called home.
You know, it was one of those things where it was very surreal. I remember I came to the stadium really early Saturday, right? And I was coming into the stadium when the workers were coming into the stadium. The McNairs were gracious. They gave me, access to stadium, what I call my second home. And I was walking around the concourse, and it dawned on me, I had never been up there to that part of the stadium.
Why would you have?
It was so surreal because I was thinking, I was like, wow, I spent 5 years of my career in this building, and I've never been up here before. And so I was walking down on the floor where they had the basketball court, and then back in the back where the locker rooms were. And it was kind of like the perfect storm where my alma mater, San Diego State Aztecs, 125 years, the first time they'd ever been in this position in the Final Four, playing in a place where I called home for so many years. It was very emotional and very heartfelt, and I felt really grateful to be a part of a moment so big.
So you played basketball for them. For how many years? I mean,
I played 1 year, my junior year in basketball. But when I was recruited, for a lot of the schools that recruited me, they agreed to also allow me to play basketball. I was a pretty good basketball player coming out of high school, and so that was their recruiting pitch. Like, hey, you can even play on our basketball team. At the time, coming out of high school, I only weighed 185 pounds. So being an offensive lineman really wasn't what I was going to college for. I was an outside linebacker and a defensive end. And so I gained 100 pounds at San Diego State and became a left tackle. But outside of that, that was the recruiting pitch. Hey, you can play on both. And I was able to fulfill that dream my junior year at San Diego State.
Now, obviously, you played football professionally, and you did it for a long time. But was football your first love? Was it basketball? But which was it?
Basketball is my first love.
Okay, all right.
I was just really good at football really early. so take in mind, I didn't play football until my 9th grade year in high school.
Which that's not atypical. I mean, there's a lot of guys.
It's not. A
lot of guys in the NFL like that. Yeah.
A good friend of mine, John Hellman, was on the football team, and he asked the coach, "Can I play?" And that's that's how I really got introduced to football. I played my freshman year, then half of that got moved up to JV, and the next year I got my first college letter. So when I was 14 years old, I got my first recruitment letter from the Illinois University, the Fighting Illini.
Yeah.
After playing football for 1 year.
That's pretty cool.
So, and I was like, and this is pre-internet. This is so I didn't even
that meant something back then. I mean, it means something now, but it means a little bit more back then. Yeah.
Well, it was a brand new school as well.
Sure.
So when my freshman year, we only had 9th and 10th graders.
Oh, wow.
Because it was brand new school, just opened.
Sacramento, right? In Sacramento?
Florence High School up in Sacramento. So to be able to be found by colleges that early, I just had a love for football. It really was easy. It was easier than basketball. Basketball took a little bit more coordination. Like, you want me to dribble and shoot and right? Like, so it was a little bit more nuanced to basketball. But football really came naturally to me.
We can't wait to see what's coming up next from Ephraim Salaam, because that guy's got some stories to tell. All right. Telling stories here on Texans 360 has been Tyler Suddarth, Gardy Swingby, Jonathan J.J. Johnson, and so many more who made this show possible. For them, I'm Drew Doherty, and we'll see you next time on Texans 360. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to know when we post new content.